right, good afternoon. I'm Samuel Zua and this is Bright Revelation coming to you via Bright TV. Remember, as usual, as normal on Bright TV, we always have this session, and today the much anticipated interview is coming to you via all the platforms, that is Bright Media, via YouTube, via Instagram and any other platform that belongs to the Bright Media fraternity. And today we have Dr. Brian MOTIVATOR. He is a third-year student taking Bachelor's Commerce option, that is accounting. He is a well-known motivational speaker. He is also the author of the well-known book which is a bestseller, that is Wealth Within You. Now, let me take this opportunity to introduce my visitor. Who is Dr. Brian?
Thank you so much. I'm Dr. Brian MOTIVATOR, but the name on the ID is Brian Otieno.
Yes.
I'm a third-year finance student at Babi University. I'm a public speaker. I don't limit myself as a motivational speaker, but I'm a public speaker of very critical areas: personal development, business, and also entrepreneurship. So I'm also an author of the book Wealth Within You, and I'm happy to be here.
Okay, welcome. First of all, I saw a chat that was on WhatsApp in one of the groups, somebody calling you Dr. Brian. Why Dr. Brian? Yet you're not a graduate, you're not a physician, and you're not a medical practitioner.
Good question, and it has been a question that I've been expecting to answer in different social media platforms.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping to be on Citizen.
Yes.
So the reason why I called myself doctor, while I was a young boy, my dream was to be a doctor.
Yeah.
And even I can remember up to secondary level from 4, I wrote my book, Dr. Brian, and I wanted to be a surgeon.
Yeah.
But after the results were out, still I had a passion on being in medicine. So I talked to my parents and I told them that I want to go and pursue nursing at KMTC level, so that I can go and further study to become a doctor. But also getting advice from other people, I also had passion in business and I was advised to take business. But by that time I applied for KMTC and I got the admission letter later. Secondly, I call myself Dr. Brian MOTIVATOR. The name doctor to me, many people think that medical doctors do treat with chemical, but to me I say I treat with words. So I consider myself as Dr. Brian MOTIVATOR.
Yeah, that's nice, that's fantastic. Alright, and you have given us your brief history about the name Dr. Brian. As it is, you are a third-year student from Kibab University School of Business and Commerce, specializing in accounting. How is it able? And we know that for most of the elders, they have the journalistic skills, and yet you are an account student from the School of Business. How is it able?
There's, even in my book titled Wealth Within You, one of chapter 3 I've talked about a critical area about education systems. I believe that the current world of technology, young people, we should not limit ourselves to just profession. That just because I'm pursuing finance, I should limit myself to finance as a profession. Why should I acquire skills like personal public speaking skills, things to do with writing skills, so that with that you can create your own job, even if you're not lucky to get a direct employment after you pursue your profession. Then secondly, it can be a gift.
Right. Some may say it's an inspiration. Right. And one of your book in the market, that is Wealth Within You, is now in the market. But when we look at the audience, I don't know which audience have you targeted in specific. Which audience have you targeted in specific?
Yeah, being that I've written about a number of books, 5 books, but this one being the first book, I highly recommend for young people. Wealth Within You, most of us young people, we've engaged in moralities in a way of seeking wealth. Most of us believe that wealth is money. Though people say that money is not everything, but it's the only thing. To me, I don't view wealth as money. Wealth is money. Things to do with talent. We have many young people complain about their talent. They say that they don't know their talent. But I believe that everybody in this world was created for a purpose. So in the book I've talked about that. Things to do with time management is both for young and old. And lastly, on chapter 3, things to do with knowledge. The current world, we are in a dynamic world of technology. Things are changing. And as young people, if we don't open our mind to view education in a better level, we will end up in tears after studies.
Yeah, as you have said that most of the population, they are now being modernized. That means they take the route of technology. But you have written in your book. What are some of the things that you have made in order to make sure that your book doesn't die because it is in form of writing? Or which other forms apart from writing have you distributed your book?
In my book, because it is a book that was recently published on 23rd December last year, maybe I can only talk about briefly on it in terms of videos where I give talks, but probably I'm working on maybe putting it on Amazon so that anybody in the part of the world can access it.
Yeah. Why Wealth Within You and not any other title? Why Wealth Within You?
I've said sometimes back, few minutes ago, that I've written about number books. Wealth Within You, as a matter of fact, my fifth book. My first book is Change Your Mindset.
Change Your Mindset.
And after the Wealth Within You, maybe this year by God, we have published The Beauty of a Woman.
The Beauty of a Woman.
I know many people. I love my mom, that's why I wrote that book.
Yeah.
So there are different things. My books mostly are inspirational books. For example, Wealth Within You is just inspiration. Many of us are crying about employment, but we don't know how much treasure we have in us. Things to do with the beauty of a book, like A Beauty of a Woman. I think it is time to end things with gender-based violence, and mainly for female. Let us appreciate the role of women in our society. So my books, they target different people, and we therefore a different definite purpose.
Okay, that's nice. And what are some of the challenges that you have faced as a public speaker, at the same time as an author of different books? What are some of the challenges that you have encountered?
Number one challenge that was so hard to me when I started was criticism. You know, when you become unique, by the time I realized myself as a public speaker, I can remember that day I attended a class called Communication Unit by Dr. Kennedy Simith.
Yeah.
So after the class, I felt that I can speak. And I immediately ran to Dr. Kennedy's office and I asked him that, Doc, I feel that I want to speak. But the speakers that I know by that time, people like Denzel Washington, people like Les Brown, speakers like Zig Ziglar, these are big people, but I saw myself as a young person. So I asked Doc, how can I start? So Doc took me to a good person, that's my great mentor, Dr. Robert Wafula.
Yeah.
So when he took the office, I told him, Doc, I feel that I want to speak to people, but I don't know how to start. So Doc encouraged me and told me, a journey of 100 miles starts with one step. Just get started. So when I started, you know, I was a unique person. When I started writing on WhatsApp. I used to share stories on WhatsApp. Yeah. And people were like, you are doing finance and you are sharing your stories, why don't you go and do literature? So number one was about criticism. I felt like I was criticizing, and you know, with time, when developing my mentality is what has kept me going. Then financially was also a challenge with publishing book, because I started writing when I was a first year, but now by God's grace it was published in my third year. So on that one, I also congratulate my parents for their support.
Okay, there are some other watching this video live, and some, they have that passion of coming up with a book, but they don't know where they're going to start. You as an author of a book, Wealth Within You, what can you tell them?
I think I like this quote that says, you don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great.
Yeah.
Getting started is the most important thing. And I always say, waking up early is not a crime. Starting early is not a crime. Yeah. And also coming early is not a crime. Therefore, if you feel, to me, there's not right time to start something. If anything worth doing in life, just do it. And I don't know the successful way of starting. I always believe that people start unsuccessfully. So once you have an idea of doing something, just do it. Do it wrongly and you learn. I learned a lot of things after my publishing book, and that's the best way to learn and grow.
Okay, as a speaker and a writer, we know very well that each and everyone has a mission and a vision at the end. So what's your mission?
As a writer, first I want to me, I'm after empowering people, and that's why my slogan for my channel, motivational channel, is inspiration before inspiration. Someone asked me, Brian, what will you do when you become a billionaire? I've never thought about being a billionaire, but I'll be very happy if many lives of people come to come up a billionaire. I think my purpose in life is to empower other people. I may not have enough money to give, but I have enough words to empower them.
Okay, that was a nice session. You're getting it right from here, Bright TV through Bright Revelation, your session, which is coming to you on every Wednesday with me, Sam Nyamau. Continue tweeting on our social media platforms. Remember, we have Dr. Brian MOTIVATOR here on the show. Dr. Brian,
Yes.
How can people access you via the different social media platforms?
Yeah, or you can access by different social media platforms. Majorly, I do weekly videos on YouTube, Dr. Brian Motivator. On TikTok, in fact, I love TikTok. I do much of it on a daily basis. You can search Dr. Brian Motivator. On Instagram, Dr. Brian Motivator. Twitter, @Motivator Brian. And Facebook page, Dr. Brian Motivator. It's a pleasure to be here.
Okay, thank you. Here is the book to you, our beloved viewer. Have a copy of this book and you become great. They say inspiration
Before expiration.
Thank you very much. Continue tweeting. We shall be back on this very platform. Remember, this is Bright TV. My name is Sam Mazua.